So this drive is turning into one of the more scenic drives I've ever done while going to retrieve an old Volkswagen. Check that out. Anybody guess where we're at this morning? I left last night about 10 o'clock and it's probably sunrise was about a half an hour ago, and we're just dropping into Monument Valley here, and yeah, pretty amazing. I've seen photos, of course, having posters and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, this is the first time I've been here. Kind of cool. Maybe pull over and take a couple photos, and then I'll tell you about the Volkswagen we're going to get. So Thursday night, I get a text from my friend Don Eastman. This is basically the way this whole thing started. I got a text from Don. He said, "Are you interested in a single cab in Arizona?" I said, "Well, I'm not, but I know somebody who is. Send me over the info." He says, "Okay, well, I'm just going to give the owner your phone number." So a few minutes later, I start getting photographs coming in from the owner of this single cab. And her husband had passed away, and she needed to sell it. And she told me, she said, "Look, I'll be honest with you, I just need to get as much money out of it as possible." So she let me know what kind of offers she'd had on it. And I got a hold of my buddy Kyle, showed him the photos, and we increased the offer a fair amount to make it worth her while. And I just said, "Look, let me know if that offer works for you." She said, "I'm going to let it ride over the weekend. I'll give you a call on Monday and let you know." Anyways, Saturday morning, she calls me back. She says, "Look, your offer's the highest. I'll take your offer if you still want the truck." So Saturday, this was 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. I said, "Sure, let me get my ducks in a row, and I'll get headed your way." So Saturday afternoon, I had a barbecue to go to. Got that done. Came back to the shop about 9 o'clock. Packed the wheel bearings on the trailer. Got the truck hooked up, and I took off. And 17 hours later, I was in Arizona, Vail, Arizona, and I picked up the single cab. Almost flat and the back one is flat.
Yeah.
That'll probably work to our advantage.
There comes the roly-poly bark.
So maybe just a little to the left, just kind of straight up on, and then we'll cut it back a little. Sorry, yeah, to your right. I'm sorry, my left. So keep going to the right. Keep going. Right there. See if that bumper's gonna clear.
Whoa, just barely.
Pressure on these chocks.
Yeah.
And then we'll just slowly drive it out into the road to where it's flat, so it's not rushing down on us.
Oh, yeah. That'll be a perfect idea.
I'll move these.
What are y'all?
Alright, should be locked there.
One of y'all pay attention to what he's doing, so you can tell me if I need to steer or do anything. Not that I can steer.
We should be able to just, because right now it can't go forward or back.
Okay.
So it should just roll nice and slow out into the street there where we can actually.
Oh, I see. Straight, flatten it out. Level
Yeah.
it out.
That gate's crazy.
Pretty smart.
I'll deal with that one. Oh, let's see, we have one more ramp.
How long did it take you to get down here? About 18 hours?
17.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually left last night. I had a barbecue I had to go to, so when I got home from the barbecue, I went to the shop and packed the bearings on this, and I drove straight through. Haven't stopped yet. So
Yeah, it used to take us 21 hours to get to my mom from northern Arizona. So
yeah, it's a brutal drive.
yeah.
One day's too much.
Yeah, we'd break it up. We'd spend the night just north of Salt Lake.
I'm just gonna let the truck kind of coast out. I'm not gonna even start it up so I can hear you.
It's level now. You're level. Level right there.
Level there, okay. Perfect. Easy enough.
You're gonna sleep before you drive back home, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got a buddy in Moab. I'm gonna see if I can make it. If not, I'll pull over and sleep.
Or go to your aunt's in Phoenix.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of her. They actually moved a while back. I don't have their new address.
Oh, and you don't want to drag. Oh.
Well, they live in a really nice place in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried that if I pull up, my truck's kind of rough looking, and this is really rough looking. They might be like, we'll bus you in. Let's park you down somewhere and we'll haul you in. I think I'm just gonna shoot for the Moab. See if that's 9 hours though still.
Yeah, that's long.
Jeez Louise.
And once you get north of I-40, there isn't nothing out there.
Yeah, I've got a bed made up in the back of the truck.
Uh-huh.
So I can stop and sleep if I need to. I'm kind of like past the drought. I'm just kind of in like,
La La Land?
I don't know what I'm doing. So it really doesn't seem like it's that big a deal now. Straight?
Yep.
Get back this way just a little. Yeah. And then now straight again. So Tuesday morning, found out the starter actually was frozen up last night, so weren't able to get this thing cranked over. But we just picked up a new starter, carbs rebuilt and back on. Getting ready to change out the battery cable on it. Positive side, put a new ground strap on it last night. Got a new starter right here that Nampa got in for us today. Let's see if we can get this thing to fire up here in a few minutes.
That's my first time going live. Problem is we need somebody to record, someone to turn the ignition, someone to work the carburetor. We need an extra person.
Yeah, it's too bad Dave bailed out on us. I can't believe it's been sitting this long, and we got people watching.
You got people watching, huh?
Yeah. They want to see this thing fire up, Mr. Volkswagen.
I don't know. And there's some crusty plug wires. They might be watching it light up on fire.
Don't say that.
Yeah,
Don't
leaking.
jinx us.
Hard leaking.
These old cars, they just want to run. First Instagram live here.
You're gonna have to put your Instagram live away and go crank that ignition for me.
Oh, that's alright. I'll go ahead and sit it up here. And people want to see this, man.
Want to see me get a face full of dust here in a second. Go crank that ignition.
Alright, folks.
Crank on it.
Well, guys, I gotta be honest, I really thought this video was gonna end with just a big plume of just smoke and dust and mouse pieces and parts flying out of the exhaust of this old single cab. But despite my best efforts, I wasn't able to get it to fire it up. Actually, was having some issues with spark. We were kind of limited on parts that we had on hand, and I just couldn't get any spark out of this thing. So we're going to have to do a to be continued on this right now. My buddy Kyle that bought this truck actually lives about 2.5 hours away from me, and I needed to get back to the shop. I had a customer that wanted to buy a car from me Tuesday night. I'd been on the road since Saturday night, and I just needed to get home and get back to work and get back to taking care of business. So hopefully in the next week or two, I'll get back over to Kyle's. We'll take some parts with us, and we'll try to get this thing fired up. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you later.